Welcome to this tutorial on using the Class Progress tool in Desire2Learn version 10. So the Class Progress tool presents instructors with an at-a-glance view into the learner's progress in relation to their classmates, allowing instructors to quickly identify areas of concern and reroute learners back on track. Completely customizable, the Class Progress tool displays up to 9 performance indicators with the ability to set custom thresholds and colors for each. And if you want more information, you can just basically click on the item that you want the information for, such as content discussions or something like that, and you'll be taken directly into the user progress tool for additional and more detailed insight. So what we're going to do is to get to the class progress tool, all you have to do is just click on the edit course button from within your course home area. And if you click on edit course, you'll be able to scroll down and there'll be a link they're titled View User Progress, and it'll be under the Learner Management heading. So if I click on the View User Progress area, you can see it brings me into something here called the Class Progress. So this gives me a breakdown of all of the students within the class, and it gives me some indicators here such as content. So for the first student, you can see they visited all 12 items in the content area. They've been active in the discussion area, and you can see under quizzing and grades here, I can go over and I can just hover over these two quizzes, for example, and the student got 100% on both quizzes, and you can see that they've done well on all of their grade items. So just hovering over these little items will give you a breakdown of the grades for those particular items, plus the name of the item that it's associated with. Now, if you scroll down, we'll take Clark Kent, for example. He only viewed 67% of the items in the content, and he wasn't really active. He's read 10 of the discussion threads, but hasn't made any posts. And you can see he hasn't done that well in the quizzes either. And his grades have reflected that. Same with Spider-Man. You can see he's only viewed 25%. And you can see that he hasn't been that active in the discussions area either, and his grades also reflect that. So the class progress tool allows you to go on and view the students in the class and see how they've taken part in the various items and how they've viewed various items, and you'll begin to likely see a trend that the students that are more active in the content, the discussions, and those types of tools tend to do better in the course. The other thing you can do is under the settings area, perhaps you don't use all of these items here. What you can do is actually go and change some of the indicators. So for example, if you don't want to show the quiz performance summary, what you can do is just click on the little action button here next to it, and I can hit replace, and I can select one of these other indicators. So there's the checklist completion summary. If you give your students Dropbox assignments, you can change it to for example, the Dropbox. So maybe we'll select that and change it to Dropbox here. And then we can just do save and close. And then under the class progress area here, it'll show the Dropbox folders. Unfortunately, I don't have any Dropbox assignments in this training course. However, if I did, those items would be reflected right in this area. And the other thing I'll show you is if you want more detailed information, for example, with Spider-Man here, you can go on and you can actually click on the little box there for content, and it brings you into something called the user progress area. So this is information just on this specific user. So I can go through under this training course here, and I can go under and I can see stats for content, so I can see exactly what files they viewed. I can go under the discussions as well and get a breakdown of all the items here that they've taken part in within the discussion area, and click on this and it brings down here all the ones that they've read or posted in. Quizzes, for example, I can click on that and it'll give me a breakdown of how they did on the quizzes. The login history will give me a rundown of when they've logged into the course, and at the very top here there's just a summary button. So if I just clicked on the summary button, it would actually give me a rundown of all of these items here, so I can just scroll down through, and I can actually go to the next user by just clicking this little forward button right here, and I can just siphon through all of the students in the class. All right, so one other final way to get to the user progress area I'll show you here is you don't actually have to go through the class the class progress if you don't want to. Under the communication button, you can just go under what's called the class list, and if, for example, I see that want to check the progress for one of these students, I can go down and say, okay, Mary Poppins here. Click on the little box next to their name, and there'll be a link for view progress. I'll be able to click on View Progress, and then it'll bring me right in here. And the final thing here I'll show you is you can actually view, right now it's given the progress summary for the entire, all time for the entire course. However, I can break it down to the last 30 days or just for the last week. Alright, so this concludes the tutorial on using the Class and User Progress tool within Desire2Learn.